Hi, good morning. What's up? I've decided I've been on a little bit of a life mission to work on Anakin's changes. I really would love, I don't know, I change my mind about what I want to do every 30 minutes. Currently, in this moment in time, I've decided in my head that this time, like end of 2026, so like a year and a half from now, I want to be able to do like some little hunter derbies with him. Like I would love to, by the end of 2026, be able to do like a national derby. I just pulled this out of my ass. I don't know. I haven't shown anything above like the 85s since I was a teenager. Pulled it out of my ass, but I've decided that that is a goal of mine. So I was like, I need to work on his changes, which I need to do anyways, whatever. So I'm on a little journey to see if we can get a change on this horse, by like a clean change. Obviously he can do like the racetrack change, whatever. I want like a nice, clean, pretty change by the end of the summer. So we're going on a journey together and just gonna see what we have. I haven't played with it a ton, just because I haven't had the need to. I've had bigger fish to fry. So in my head, you know, the steps to get there are shoulders in, haunches in, all that stuff, which he has, and then a walk to canter, and then to be able to go walk, canter, canter, walk, canter, halt, canter, and like change the lead in those. So like if you're cantering left, walk, canter right, and then eventually canter left, halt, canter right, and then eventually that's canter left, canter right. So that's the plan in my head. He does have really good walk to canters. Actually, I have found it easier to get my leads in a walk to canter than in a trot to canter, because sometimes when he's going faster, he just gets a little worried and is like, I can't hear you. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we're going on a journey together. I don't know. I'm gonna play with it today. We're gonna school walk canters. We're gonna school, I can't speak English, canter walks. Yeah, walk canters, canter walks, canter halt. And then like see if I can kind of get that across the center line. Anyways, that's what we're doing today. So let's go. Also, Mans is going in a Pelham today because he has been an actual freight train the last couple days, which like is a little bit to be expected because I've done a lot of work on like trying to get him to rock back on his hind end and not just get really like long and get away from me in a lot of our canter work. So yesterday I did a bunch of really short set canter bounce pulls. So you just have to like bounce. That way, like, if you get too long and you get away from me, you're gonna go bowling. And he did really well with that and was getting back on his hind end. And then we would get through the grid and he would just freight train away from me. And then the day before, I'll include some clips. I set like a 2-stride grid and I set it short on purpose because my thought process was like I counted it out and then I rolled it a foot back. So it was 2 strides and then take a foot away. And I thought that if I make it short, like he has to get short. He has to slow himself down and collect or we're going to eat it. And so I did a placement pull in the beginning, like of my end, a cross rail, an 18-inch vertical, whatever, a short 2-stride to an oxer. And it was going well and we were able to get sucked back. Like I liked that. Except one time I did think we were gonna die because it was probably like a 2.6 oxer. I'm so sad I didn't get it on video. He took the placement pole as if it was its own jump. So we jumped like a stride away from the cross rail, landed, took a stride, and then did the 2 and a 1. And I did think I was gonna meet God. So I like the 2-stride because it like forces them to do the work themselves because you don't have enough time in a 2-stride to fix your mistakes. Like it's, you're in and you're out. Like you're landing and then that's what you have. You don't have a couple strides to fix it. So it was good for him. He's interesting because if you pull and you get really handsy to bring him back, he'll just leave long because he's like, well, I'm not listening to you. I'm leaving long. So I'm trying to use exercises to bring him back, and it's just been a joy. It's been a journey. So now that he is less green to the actual job, I'm trying to improve his responsiveness, his lightness, like all that stuff. So that's been our mission the past couple weeks. Now that we're shoot a couple videos of him doing the grid thing yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever. It was just like, I put it up to like 2.9 at the end, which is about where he maxes out right now. I don't really have any interest in pushing him further than that for the time being. I think like if we could consistently course around 2.6 with Oxers and Phil at home without taking the flyer on the out of every single line, I'm happy with that, and that's like kind of where I want to be this summer. That's our goal for the summer, is just, can we do a pretty, or at least non-offensive 2.600 course at home without scaring anybody, and that's what we're working on. So yeah, we're gonna play with the changes today, and we're probably gonna do like another canter bounce grid of just poles, and I might make some of them cobbletties, but we'll see. So okay, you guys get to listen to me ramble for a second, but this is just a simple 2-stride from earlier in this week. I did it at like maybe 2-3 at first, I don't know. I did that a couple times, and he was good, he was fine. I had a placement pole at my in, and that helped a lot, just to not come in too strong. Like I said earlier, I like the 2 strides because it kind of forces him to do the work himself, because there's not a lot of time to fix things. So that was good, and then I put it up. I just did it a few times, kind of at every height, so I put it up like a little bit. That was probably maybe, I don't know, a little less than 2.6. Nothing particularly exciting. We did that a couple of times. And then I came through and I put it up one more time. I also changed the angle and I kind of made it worse, but that's fine. This isn't great footage. That was like 2.9-ish, and he was great. No questions asked. He comes in a little deep, because it was set short, because like I said, I like to set short. I don't really know. And I did feel like that helped him a lot. So yeah, we just did it a couple times. He was great. I didn't feel like I needed to push it that day. So okay, so I'm just like putting together the rest of these clips. So these are like just the order they happened this week. So like one day I did that little grid that you just saw, and then after that I did the walk to canters, and then I wanted to course him outside, which was the first time since December that we'd actually really done any sort of courses, and it was a lot harder than I thought it would be, and I actually had a lot more work to do than I thought that I would, and I was getting significantly left behind, or like really punching for the long stride, and didn't have as much control as I really would have liked to have. So then I fixed that by doing just like pole courses the day after, and I felt like I improved a lot on my pole courses, and it gave me like a good frame of reference of like where to go from there. So I'm gonna show you like the outside course that we did over fences, and then the next day was the poles course that we did. So yeah, here's all that, and then we can talk later.
I get so in my head about it.
So just think half up and go.
Attaboy. Oh. Back.
Look at you.
Vibing, chilling.
It's a birthday. It. Yes. Yes.
He almost had the hind end. I just
Sammy.
I think if he wouldn't have attacked that one so hard, he would have had it that lead too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh.
Every time he attacks him like that, he's like, "Oh my God, my legs!" Yeah. Fine. You're good. Punchy, hello. Like, he can get very...
Oh, I'm in a bad spot.
That was not straight.
Still not in a good spot.
Thank you. Way to bail me out, kid.
Okay, and then this is the next day. This is not great footage, so I'm not going to include a lot of it because I was by myself, but this is just a little pose course that I did to try to like fix some of the mistakes that I was making on my course. So it's not great footage, but there's only like a minute and a half of it, so. So yeah, that's what we've been up to this week. Figuring some stuff out on my own and kind of making little improvements. I desperately need a trainer, so I'm kind of hunting for people because I live in the middle of nowhere and there's like not really any good trainers anywhere. Oh, hi, there's my puppy. There's my puppy. My baby. You can come sit in my lap. Sorry, this is chaotic. Anyways, hi Sal. Yeah, so I'm sort of shopping for a trainer. There's quite literally no one in my area at all. Hi Bunkin. That I want to train with that is worth my time or money. And so I'm looking at maybe like someone a couple hours south to see if I could like haul down there or have someone come up. I don't know. One of my friends who I've trained with in the past and is really good, she's 3 hours away. Like I was talking to her about maybe doing some sort of like virtual whatever, or like having her come down when she can. I am finishing up school right now, like really close to being done with grad school. So once I'm done, I can sort of pivot onto other things and figure out, hi baby, a plan that works. But for now, I don't know, I'm just at a point where I definitely need a trainer. Like there's some things that like having someone actually talk me through things would help me prevent the mistakes that I'm making instead of like being able to see them happen and then fix it retroactively. So yeah, I was just thinking about like trying to get away from my jump and sit back and wait for it instead of leaning at it. And when I was doing my little pose course, that helped a lot. So yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one, and yeah, bye.